Hello, how is everyone?
Hi everyone.
So, you are doing your first live stream, aren't you?
Yes, I've helped you with a couple, but this is my first on my very own channel. I know I didn't promote it very much, but
hopefully people see it.
yeah, hopefully Heather's followers will find me here. So, and this one is going to be pretty informal. Ask me anything, as you said. Doesn't even need to be gambling related.
Nope, doesn't even have to be gambling related. So if you guys have any questions, either about any of the table games or about life in general, feel free to ask. We are doing that. So I got a question for you, Mike.
Okay.
What is the one thing you could change about the Wizard of Oz website if you had a choice? Like, if you could go back in time and change one thing about the Wizard of Oz website, what would it be?
Well, I have to be careful how I answer this because, as you know, I sold the website.
Don't get in trouble.
Yeah. So I sold the website in 2014, and I now work for the gentleman who bought it, and he's a very good boss. But he's the one who controls the advertising and the appearance, and certainly he's made a lot of improvements in that area.
Okay.
He's made it much more mobile friendly and improved with the navigation.
So you would change the advertising then?
Shall we say I can't argue with success. I mean, I tried to keep advertising to a minimum, and you can see that I bankrupted the site. So
it's hard though with advertising.
Yeah.
I mean, advertising, that's just, I took all the advertising off of my website.
Okay.
So
well, let me go back and so I mean, I started my website in '97 as just a hobby project in HTML. And the whole thing has never been completely redone. It's always been pieces. Do you know what the Winchester Mystery House is?
yeah.
It's the whole site is like that, where it started really small.
Wait a minute, I love the Winchester Mystery House. That's a good comparison because that just makes me love your website even more.
Well, thank you so much. You are my best fan. So yes, but it's been one thing tacked on after another without ever saying, let's just burn this whole thing down and start it over properly. And yes, it has had a lot of software updates and stuff like that, but I think that it could be organized better. I mean, even I have a hard time finding stuff sometimes. So
I understand.
Yeah, and we probably could have done it on a better platform to begin with. I mean, like I said, it was all just in raw HTML to begin with. Yeah. Which may be a good thing, but the back end. Yeah, it could be organized better. I'll say that.
I completely understand. So about 2 or 3 years ago, my website was god awful. It was so horrible. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything like that. So same thing. It was just all meshed together, and it took me about 1.5 years to redo the website. So that way, it's actually organized right and structured correctly, and I have everything in the correct folder, and it's not all messed up and everything.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's freaking hard, especially when you have 100, 200, 500 pages. It's hard to go back and change all of that.
Yeah, making websites is harder than it looks, and there's all kinds of back end stuff that the user doesn't see, but it holds it all together. So it's difficult. But if we have time, should we talk about what the Winchester Mystery House is?
Yes, definitely, because I love that place.
Okay, why don't you describe it?
Okay, so the Winchester Mystery House, right? It's in California.
Yeah, San Jose.
San Jose. Okay. The people who built it, it's like a hodgepodge put together. It's a hodgepodge house, but it's so freaking cool because it's you go into a closet, and that closet turns into a hallway, which leads to another area of the house, and then you go upstairs, and you have to go up 5 stairs to go down 2 stairs to get to this one specific room, and it's just so crazy and weird. And what is it you open up a cabinet, or it was a cabinet, or it was an oven, or it was something like that, and you crawl through, and then you go into another room.
Yeah, the secret room.
Yeah. That's freaking cool. I want to go there. That seems so awesome.
Yeah, to elaborate on it, it was the heiress to the Winchester Rifle Corporation had all this money, but in her elderly age, she, shall we say, may not have had a full six-pack upstairs.
Yep.
And as the story is told to me, she believed that as long as she kept adding to her house, she would never die.
Oh,
so she kept adding an extension here, an extension there, and she had
that go nowhere.
Yes, why she did that, I'm not sure. But yes, staircases that just lead it into the ceiling, and there's another one that like loops around like 7 times before you just go up one floor. And there's places where you think that it's just like opening like a cabinet, but it's really a secret passage. And there's also this other like spy room where this was before they had cameras, of course, but she had all these like little windows, and she could go to her secret room and spy on all her employees.
Wow.
So if you're ever in San Jose, it's definitely an interesting tour to take.
Oh, I gotta go there one day. You know what they need? They need a hotel like that. They need a hotel where you could go and you can explore. Actually, if we have that, then you would never be able to find your room. Never mind, I take that back. That'd be a horrible idea. Okay, let's check out the chat. You guys are saying hi on the chat. Jason. Hey, Jason. How you doing?
Miplet is here.
Who?
Miplet.
Miplet, cool.
Miplet is one of my biggest fans. Not as big as you, but he's way up there. And he's another math genius. And
cool.
But you can see he's asking, how did we meet?
Yes, we met. How many years ago did we meet? We met.
I think it was at the gaming show, right?
No, we met through our friend Benny.
Oh yeah, Benny Mancino.
Yeah, and what was it for? You needed an email assistant and a social media person.
Yes.
That's what it was. That's how we met. So I was a referral from a friend, and then I was your email assistant for 2 or 3 years, and I think social media a couple years, 2 or 3 years, something like that.
Yep.
So, and that's how we met, and then we basically became fast friends, and we've just been hanging out ever since. It's just been a good time ever since.
Yes. And Heather is one of the good people in this industry. And not to say everyone is bad, but Heather is just great. She has a heart of gold.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so we got another question. Oh, hey, people are happy you're doing a live stream. They're totally
Thank
psyched.
you.
Isn't that so cool?
Yes, I'm hoping to do more.
Yes, hopefully we will do more. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I'll try to promote the next one better. So
it's good usually to do it on the same days and everything. So
Okay.
you always have the same day at the same time, and that helps a lot because then they know, okay, I will always, you'll always do a live stream that period.
same bat time, same bat channel.
Exactly. Holy Rusted Metal Batman. Do you remember that? I love that. God, I miss Batman. Okay. I mean, the new Batman's okay, but the old Batman, it just had character. It was just funny.
And it had all these inside jokes that I'm sure as a kid, but as an adult,
you
they're
loved
funny.
it. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's worth rewatching.
Totally. Do we have any more questions on here? Oh, we do have a question. Crap strategies. You have $1,000 to make only one bet. What would be the one bet you would make in the entire casino, and why?
Okay, so you have $1,000. You're only allowed to make one bet, and so this would preclude things like blackjack, where you may need to double down, because if you take away the splitting and doubling down, that adds about 2.5% of the house advantage. So blackjack is out. Things like Ultimate Texas Hold'em are out. Anything where raising is involved. So, and craps would be out because you get the value out of craps with that added odds bet. But what if you, what if you rolled a point? You don't have any extra money to make the odds.
Plus, you still have to make the flat bet, which has a 1.41% house edge.
Yeah, and you can't bet $1,000 in one-handed video poker. So my answer is I would bet on the banker in Baccarat.
Very good answer.
There we go.
Cool. Awesome answer. So if you guys have any questions, you guys who are watching, go ahead and ask anything either about casinos, about life in general. What is the next mountain you are going to climb? That's what I want to know. Have you climbed Mount Fuji?
No, I really want to.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely high on my list. It's definitely on the bucket list. We'll get to it eventually.
Cool.
Also want to do Mount Kilimanjaro. Hopefully Mount Aconcagua, the highest peak.
You haven't done those?
No.
Oh, man.
Africa is the only continent I have not been to. But yeah, I really want to do Kilimanjaro and Aconcagua too, the highest point in South America. This is an unusual time. My summers are always really busy, preferably with a lot of climbing trips. But I've got nothing officially planned, but I'm hoping to do a real solid like Colorado trip and spend a week or two just bagging some of the 14ers, meaning some of the peaks that are over 14,000 feet high.
Okay, at the Rockies and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So last summer I did the highest point in Colorado, Mount Elbert, which is 14,400 something.
Wow.
But just driving around Colorado, there were just all these magnificent peaks, like in the collegiate range, like Mount Dartmouth and Mount Yale and whatnot. So I would love to go back and do some of these more just like mountains that are just like all by itself, and cross some of those off my list because I really don't know the scene in Colorado that well.
Okay. Would you, well, you should go over to Colorado and learn the scene more.
Yeah. What's the highest mountain you've climbed?
That one with you.
Craft Mountain.
That one. That was the highest one, and I didn't know we were going to climb it. And then finally at the end, I'm like, holy crap, did we just climb a mountain? And you're like, yep. And then you like, there's this, what is it, cardboard thing with and you had us like hold it, and you took pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And that was the highest one. I didn't know we were doing it. It was like, what, at Red Rock or, yeah.
Yeah, you park in Calico Payson. And by the way, I'm having like the Wizard of Vegas spring fling this weekend, and I'm hoping to lead a hike up Craft Mountain on Sunday. So I invite my followers to inquire about that on my forum.
So so they go to your forum and they ask you.
Yeah,
there?
or if you're going to go to the spring fling anyway, just ask me personally. But
cool.
I don't think that we've set up an official time yet. As usual, there hasn't been that much interest in my hike.
What?
But
they don't want to wake up early and go hiking?
Nope.
What's wrong with these people?
I think that these people probably think to themselves, I came a long distance to go to Vegas. I'm here to gamble.
They want to drink and gamble.
Yeah, and do the Vegas-y kind of stuff. And, you can hike anywhere. But there's great hiking here, so. Yeah,
and you don't see, when you go on a hike here, you don't see that at a normal hike. You have the desert. You have these amazing just plants and animals, and I love the desert. I really like hiking in the desert.
Oh, me too.
So. Okay,
let's see if we've got any good questions here.
Lucas says if you like hiking, you should go skydiving. Have you ever been skydiving?
Yeah, I went skydiving in Australia.
Oh, yeah, I saw the video. He got a video of it, right?
Yeah. That was definitely a bucket list kind of thing. Don't feel I need to do it twice. But, it was actually quite easy. I think the scariest part is the actual plane ride before you jump out.
Yeah.
Because you're just going in circles and circles and circles, gaining altitude. And they tell you that before they open the door, like one light, like the red light will come on when it's like 2 minutes to go, and then the blue light when it's 30 seconds, and like the yellow light when it's 10 seconds, and then you start seeing these lights coming on. And I don't know, I got kind of freaked out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
But then when you actually like go out the door, suddenly it's like, oh, this is not so bad, it's kind of fun.
I don't know if I could jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Oh, well, I challenge you to do it. We can go to Boulder City and do it.
Okay, I'm failing. I take a fail grade right here now. I won't even jump off the stratosphere, and I know that's boring.
That's another thing I'd kind of like to do.
You haven't done that yet?
No.
I had a friend do it, and he said it's actually boring. Like the hardest part of it is actually jumping off the stratosphere.
Yeah, but then you're really not going that fast.
Exactly, that's what he was saying. He said you were going down, and he's like, well, I could have checked my phone while I was going down.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I think it's probably about as safe as just going down in an elevator. I mean, there's a cable supporting you both ways.
Going down that way might be better. In the elevator, it's all crowded with people, and they're all sweaty and gross. And
Yep. So,
okay, next question. On that note, do you see any questions?
Okay, Lucas asks the best off-strip casino and why, and I'll let you answer this too, Heather.
Ooh.
But my vote is for the South Point.
Yeah.
And it's because they have great video poker. It's not just like a sucker machine here. I shouldn't say that. Like at stations, they have good video poker, but it's only right by the door. But every single machine at the South Point has plenty of video poker that's over 99%. So it's hard to find a bad machine at the South Point. In fact, I think it would be impossible. And all their table game rules are quite liberal. I think every single blackjack table is 3-2. But the whole place is very clean and very attractive cocktail waitresses, and the restaurants are good and reasonably priced. Hotel rooms are nice and big. I cannot think of a single bad thing to say about the South Point, and if I ran a casino, it would be much like the way they do business there.
Okay.
And your vote is?
Well, okay, so my vote would be for what? For gaming and casinos, or just because I like it?
I would say, well, you can interpret the question however you like, but you can see that I didn't just look at the gaming rules, but the whole overall property.
I like, for the best one, I would say I really enjoy the Silverton. I enjoy the atmosphere. It's a small casino. I like the mermaids. I like the aquamarine tanks or whatever. I like the waterfalls that they have. And I don't know if you know this, there's like this little hidden bowling alley in there.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
That was so much fun.
Yeah.
So Silverton gets my vote.
I have nothing bad to say about the Silverton. I don't know it that well, but it's actually quite close to the South Point. Both of them cater to locals. South Point is smaller than the South. I mean, the Silverton is smaller than South Point, which can be good or bad. But yeah, they have friendly service and very reasonable prices. Never seen their hotel rooms, but yeah, they have a lot of waterfalls and a huge like aquarium that has mermaids in it and sharks and tons of tropical fish. And yeah, it's definitely a unique place.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
So what other questions do we have?
Um,
Oh, cool. Wolfgar, you followed us. Awesome. Hey, Wolfgar.
Hi, Wolfie.
Wolfie. Speaking of which,
let's see.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Game of Thrones? No spoilers.
I followed the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
And then the third, and then I took a break, and then I started watching the 3rd season, and I couldn't remember all these storylines. And it seems like as soon as I understand a character's storyline, he or she will get killed off, and it got really complicated. And if I had the time, I would love to just start over at season 1.
And now you can binge watch it from beginning to
end.
But
no one tell me how it ends.
No spoilers.
I hope, who's the woman with the dragons?
Daenerys.
I hope that she conquers the world or whatever. I like her.
Yeah, she's cool.
I hated that young kid, like that 13-year-old.
There's a lot of those. Which one?
Okay, so in the first season, the king died.
Okay.
And then his son,
Joffrey.
I hated him. I heard that he died.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't stand him.
Oh, but no spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just said I heard he died. I might be wrong.
Oh, in that case, I gave the spoiler.
But no, right now I'm binging on Orange is the New Black.
Oh, okay, cool.
Have you watched that?
I watched the first couple seasons and then I just sort of stopped watching it. So.
Oh yeah, I just finished the 4th season. I'm hooked. I think it's a great show.
Awesome.
Very good writing, storylines. It's very funny. So anyway, let's see if we've got something gambling related.
Okay.
I read you like tiles. Why is it so hard to find in Vegas? Is it just not a moneymaker for the casino. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't think it's very profitable for the casinos. It's very slow, only about 30 hands an hour. It has a low house advantage.
And a dead table most of the time.
Yeah, that's why casinos keep taking it out. Like the Mandalay Bay got rid of it, the Treasure Island.
Do you think the MGM Corporation is going to change tables up now that they're going through that massive reorganization?
I don't know.
Because they're getting rid of all their higher ups.
Yeah. I just don't know. Table game mix is an issue that casinos, I think, don't actually think a whole lot about. I used to work for a certain casino that shall remain nameless here in Vegas, and I thought they had a lot of low money making tables on the floor, and I kept asking, why do we keep these games around when everyone else has gotten rid of them? And you can see that they're the poorest performing game in the casino, and I didn't hear that. I don't want to change anything. So, yeah, but I tend to think that the table game mix is probably going to be more or less the same.
Okay. So I shouldn't keep asking him questions. I should let you guys ask questions because I keep taking up the questions.
Okay, Mike, have you ever thought about doing the gambling lessons thing?
Yeah,
what do you
my
mean?
thing. He's talking about doing my thing.
Oh, well, you can already see that I have lots of gambling videos on my channel, and Heather is in lots of them or produced them. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing more of these live streams.
Cool, that would be awesome.
And yeah.
Well, hopefully I can help you with a couple.
Well, I'm sure that you will be more than helping with practically running the show. Okay, let's see what else we got. Is there any game in the casino that you've never played?
Ooh.
Okay, well, there's new games coming out right and left, and I try to play everything that comes out here in Las Vegas, but there's no popular game out there that I can think of that I haven't played. Yeah, so nothing that I know of, to be honest with you.
Okay. Does that include the slot machines too?
Oh no,
Okay.
I've played very few of the slot machines.
Okay.
I mean, it's a terrible way to bet, but I design a lot of slot machines, so I think as someone who designs slot machines, I should know what the latest trends are and why people like certain games.
Yeah, but then when you go play a slot machine, you're just going to work.
But you have to work, and I think most people would envy a job where you got to play slot machines for a living. But yeah, so I do it a little bit for business reasons.
Okay, cool. And then we have a question from James. James says, every time I split nines versus a dealer 9, I seem to get gripes from the players and the dealer. Any suggested response to this?
Well, you're doing the right thing. You split nines, except if the dealer is showing a 7, 10, or an ace. So if you don't split those nines, and I hate to use rules of thumbs in blackjack, but then you have an 18, the dealer's showing a 9, a 10 or an ace will cause you to lose. If the dealer gets a small card, he'll have another chance to beat you. So if you look at the expected value of both ways, trust me, splitting those nines against a 9 is the better play. But how should you handle it? Like, if other players are giving you a hard time, or even the dealer, and I would give it back to them. I would try to be the same temperature as them, but I would say this is mathematically the best play. Any respectable book on blackjack will tell you that. If you don't like the way I play, there's plenty of other tables in here. But I'm going to keep splitting nines against a 9 all night long. And I'm allowed to.
Yep. And two, you worked for your money. It's like, it's your money. You could do whatever you want to with your money. Those people have absolutely no say in how you spend your money. Those people didn't work for your money. They didn't go to your job for money. They didn't go and get your paycheck to get that money. It's your money. So you can do whatever you want with it.
You're absolutely right. And on that same token, if you see another player playing badly, just keep your mouth shut. That's their money. And
if it really bothers you, move to a different table.
Yeah, and it shouldn't. One of the myths in blackjack is that bad players cause everyone to lose more. It's not true. They neither help nor hurt the other players on average. So yeah, just mind your own business, mind your own cards, and unless the other players ask you for advice, don't give it.
I like that advice.
That's something I learned a long time ago. And sometimes I will ask for advice. Like if I play for a long time, eventually players will say, "Oh, you seem to be doing pretty well. How would you play this hand?" In which case I'm happy to help.
Yeah, because they're asking.
Yeah,
definitely.
Exactly.
Cool.
Okay,
So,
let's see what else we got.
Yabaro said, which designs, anything we could check out? What slot machines have you designed, and where can they find it?
I've designed them mostly for internet casinos.
Oh, okay.
Mainly with the smaller developers that don't have their own math staff. I have designed some in small markets like Maryland that have very specific laws about how they have to be made, and the big companies say, this market is not small enough, I'm not going to fuss with it. But yeah, to be honest, I can't think of like a particular name off the top of my head and where you might find it.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. Do we have...
Someone asked, is craps beatable? And
yes,
and the next Craps Strategies Live is absolutely right. That unless you're cheating or employing some kind of advantage play, and I don't believe there are any in craps.
Advantage plays?
Well, someone's bound to ask about dice setting, which I don't believe in. But let's just say that if the throw is random, you can't beat craps. It always retains that house advantage. Now, you can certainly cut down the houseage by making the smart bets, but no, craps is not beatable.
Okay. They do spend a lot of time with that dice setting. I get asked a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, it's been a huge debate for at least 10 years, and I have consistently been in the skeptical camp, and I have been asking for years, if you believe in it, show me some evidence, and I've yet to get any.
Well, they have to throw it like the same way every single time, and it has to be consistent, right? So that's why they buy the tables, that's why they practice for the long hours.
Yeah.
But then it's like, we know people who practice for long hours for years with their craps tables, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't,
Well, I will say that, like, let's say that I really like to play darts. I would have a dart board in my house, and I would be throwing darts, for hours of the day, because I think that if you're going to take something up, you should be good at it. Mm-hmm. So,
you sort of understand
so
that.
if you do believe in dice setting, yes, you should try to be good at it. But I say it's a waste of your time. But,
right.
No one is going to be able to do it, their first try. I think that, I don't think you can do it at all, but, but even craps teachers will say that it takes a very specific kind of throw, and the dice have to barely tap the back wall.
That's the
thing. And frankly, they can be very annoying at the table because it takes them so long to pick up and throw the dice.
Yeah, but that is exactly it, and I want to emphasize that point. They have to hit the back wall. As a craps dealer, every single player, every single shooter has to hit that back wall. And those pyramids along the wall, they make the dice roll randomly.
Yep.
So if you hit those pyramids, it's going to be a random roll, whether you throw it the same or not.
Yeah.
Which is why you have to barely tap them, but that's so hard.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what else.
Let's see what else we got. Yep, dice control is foolish. Dan, you're absolutely right. Let's see if we got anything besides dice setting.
Is it true that hedging is always a bad idea in craps?
Yes. I can't think, because the hedge bets are things like the NE7, all the hop bets. Those are the worst bets with house advantages up to 17%.
Right, so basically you're just betting the bad bets.
Yeah, and furthermore, I think hedging in general is bad strategy because you're gambling to begin with. Clearly you like taking a risk. So why are you mitigating that risk once you've decided that you want risk? It makes no sense. You're there to gamble, so gamble. And lest somebody mention it, there are exceptions if there's life-changing amounts of money involved, but in a casino, that's generally not the situation, and people will start hedging, like on the fire bet if they're one number away. I say no, take your chances and go for the whole enchilada.
Now I got a question for you. Do you normally just bet, or do you have a strategy when you bet? And for example, when I go and I play blackjack, I have a certain amount I'm going to lose. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to lose $20. So no matter what happens, once I lose that $20, I'm out of here. If I have any more money above $20, I put in my keep pile, and then that's what I take home no matter what. And it's not really a strategy per se, but it's my strategy for how I bet.
Yes.
Do you have something that you do when you're playing?
Yeah. Yeah, that's called money management. That's one thing I don't talk a lot about on my site. No system of money management is going to increase or decrease the house advantage as long as you're sticking to the same bets. Nevertheless, I don't disagree with money management. I think it's a good way to keep gambling in moderation and fun.
Manage your money.
Right. But me personally, it would depend on the reason I'm playing. Like, I would never just go to the casino by myself and just play recreationally. It's like a job to me. But, you know, if a friend comes from out of town and wants to play, yes, I'll play. And if I'm playing with someone who likes gambling, that makes it more fun for me. Okay. And when will we stop playing? You know, for me, it's like when it's not fun anymore. Like, I would say playing anything, I might get kind of bored with it after 2 hours. So it all depends on the situation. But there's no magical time to walk away.
Okay, cool. Oh, let's see. Do you see any other questions you like?
Okay. Explain the theory on buybacks in sports betting. Do you employ it? Buybacks. Rap, can you explain a little more what you mean about buybacks? Do you know, Heather?
Oh, I was reading a different question. Buybacks. What are we talking about?
This might be like in progress betting.
Oh,
like
buybacks.
Like if you made a bet and it's like maybe likely to win, you can sell it at a discount. I don't know. Rap Brown, let me know more about what you mean.
Yeah.
Let's see what I'm getting. Oh, Lucas asks, Mike, I'm getting married June 4th at Treasure
cool.
Island. I'd
Congrats.
love to see you. You taught me my favorite game, which is now craps. Where can I meet you? We have a reception dinner right after after Nacho Daddy. Well, thank you so much for inviting me to the reception. I'm really honored.
Congratulations! It's awesome.
Yes, congratulations. As honored as I am, at the risk of sounding rude, I get people asking me all the time to come meet me, and I live way out on the west side of town in Summerlin, so I usually respectfully have to say no, just, you know, because my time is valuable and I can't meet with everybody. But at Wizard of Vegas, we have get-togethers, and if I can get like somehow a bunch of people organized and meet them all at the same time, that works out really well. And there are ways to meet me, but I just can't meet everybody. And yeah, what Heather's referring to is the Wizard of Vegas Spring Fling is the big event is this Saturday, and I don't want to like give the details. We're probably going to do the hike on Sunday.
Oh, okay. So
but
the hiking's on a Sunday.
But yeah, there's definitely ways that can happen.
So,
but I do wish congratulations.
Yes.
Hope you have a great wedding and have a great time in Vegas. And
if you want to go to the social thing this weekend?
I don't want to promote that because we try to keep it kind of quiet and just among members.
Do you want to do the hike?
So I'm hoping to lead a hike of Craft Mountain this Sunday. We're going to have to keep an eye on the weather because the next 4 days are forecast to be rainy.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be addressed in my forum if anyone wants to talk about it. But the hikes have always fallen through in the past.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Maybe one day the hikes will go through.
Yep. Okay. Do you still play with Angela from the previous videos? Yes, Angela is my model who many people ask about. Many people are big fans of Angela's.
Yep.
I have no more videos scheduled. I think I have covered all the main games already. There's some videos I might like to redo. But yeah, nothing scheduled, to be honest. But I love Angela and I love working with her. But I just can't think of anything any topic to do with her at the moment.
Maybe I can invite her over one day and she could do a live stream with us. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and yeah, Angela lives here in Vegas too, and she's a singer and
Model,
does all kinds of
actress.
miscellaneous projects. And she has a website. I don't remember what it is, but her name is Angela Wyman. So I think if you searched on her,
Yeah.
you could find her and whatever she's up to.
And Angela Marie. She goes by Angela Marie too.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say her last name.
No. She changed it. Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So it's all good.
All right.
But yeah, I love Angela.
Yes. Okay, let's see what else we got. If the team makes the playoffs, then sell it for 50% of the win value, for example. Okay, so that's getting back to the previous question. Like I just said, I'm not big on hedging, and so, okay, let's say that I made a futures bet on the Rams to win the Super Bowl last season, and they get to the Super Bowl, but they haven't won it yet. And if, let's say that I bet $100 on the Rams, and that would probably pay a lot of money. So if I stood to win a life-changing amount of money there, then yes, I would consider just making a bet on the Patriots, so that I would come ahead either way. It would it would depend on how much I would win with that big winning ticket and how much money I have. Like if it's just going to be a small portion of my wealth if I win, I would just keep the faith and not hedge and hope I win.
Sounds good. By the way, I just want to point something out real quick to the people who are watching. This is our first live stream, and as you know, with any live stream, there will always be technical difficulties. So I just wanted to point out that yes, this is actually working, and the black box right here, that should have the chat in it, but apparently we do not have the chat, so that's why you were seeing a black box. So I just wanted to point that out really fast so people knew what they were looking at and why they were looking at it. So, okay, for the next question. Dan says stay with the redheads. I agree with him. Redheads, definitely.
I love redheads.
Yes, awesome. And then all about the base. I think we answered this in my live stream earlier, but this is good to answer again. Have you ever worked as a dealer yourself? And he said you might need some bows and ties to be standing back there, since we're technically, where the dealers should be. So go ahead, answer that. Have you ever worked as a dealer, foreman?
Nope, I've never been paid to deal a game in my life. I have dealt social games at home lots of times, which I really enjoy. It's always better to be the dealer than the player if you want to make money. Yes. So, like Steve Wynn said, the best way, perhaps he said the only way to win money consistently in the casino is to own one, as he put it. And I think he was quoting somebody else.
But that's not always the case, because look at Trump. So he didn't make money. Right.
Owning a casino doesn't guarantee you make money, and
you still have to run the casino.
Yes. Casinos go bankrupt and get bought out all the time.
Yep.
And he's a good example.
Yep.
So,
next question.
Yep.
For craps, if the don't pass with max odds is the best bet, lowest house edge, what are your thoughts on a continuous don't pass and don't come bets? It's crazy, but just curious.
Yeah, no, I like that strategy. The way I play is I make a don't pass or a don't come bet on every single throw, and I always back it up with the maximum odds. And sometimes I will limit it to only like 3 or 4 numbers, but there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you stick with the line bets and back them up with the maximum odds, you're in good shape, and it doesn't matter how many points you establish and things like that. Just make those good bets, and everything else, do whatever you want.
Sounds good. Awesome. So Tom asks, do you have a casino preference for Baccarat? Is there a certain Baccarat game you like better than others?
I find Baccarat to be a crashing bore. It's
really?
Like, yes,
I like it.
It's like betting on a toss of a coin.
But that's the whole bet. Isn't that gambling?
But I like a mental challenge. I like
Which
making...
is why you like tiles.
Yes, I like a challenging game. I like decisions. And Baccarat is just... The only decision is bet choice. Basically, banker or player. Hopefully guys aren't betting the other stuff. But that said, the best place to play Baccarat... I just don't play it. So, I mean, I might look at the casinos I like in general, but the odds in Baccarat are pretty much always the same.
Do you think blackjack is boring?
No, because their decisions are involved, and I can always count cards. And
there we go. That right there.
Yeah, and a low house advantage. So, yeah, I definitely like blackjack.
Okay, sounds good. So the next question is... Yabara asks, on your craps videos, you say you're a dark side player. 1, don't pass. 2, don't come. Your optimal strategy. Is this your optimal strategy, or what is your optimal strategy?
Well, I kind of touched on this before. I definitely like the don't pass and the don't come. Maximum odds bets, but how many I make depends upon just how I'm feeling, if I want to bet a lot or a little. Sometimes I make a don't pass or don't come bet every single throw. Sometimes once I get 3 points out there, I stop. The number that you make doesn't matter. The house edge is the same.
Okay.
So there is some... I mean, some people say to me, Mike, you make gambling so boring. Like in craps, just always betting the don't side. In Baccarat, always betting the banker. Blackjack, always following the strategy. But, it's not all robotic. You can choose how much to bet. And... like in craps, you can decide how many points you want to establish. And I won't even criticize someone if they switch over to the pass side, because the house advantage is almost the same. And I think people find it more fun to win when everyone else is betting. So I forgot what the question is, but I hope that answers it.
Plus, you also have to remember, too, it depends what your goal is. Like, why are you betting? Are you betting... because you are betting the best bet for the best house edge because you want to make the most money? Or are you betting to have fun, to have that entertainment where it doesn't matter if you're, say, betting something that's a 16% house edge because you enjoy it and you're having fun with it? So I think it depends a lot on the goals, too.
I would give you the old evil eye if I saw you making a 17% house edge bet.
Dude, do you know how many people would be giving me the stink eye when I'm playing?
Well, I don't think that many. But no, I can never approve of making a terrible bet. Even if you say it's fun, my religion of mathology would not allow it. But what was I going to say? Okay, but let's say that I'm playing craps with a friend and he or she absolutely wants to play the pass side. I wouldn't want to be happy at opposite times as him or her, so then I would just bet the pass, so that we're like having the same experience together, even though it's costing me a few pennies in expected value.
But then it's that social interaction. You're doing it for that social connection, where that social connection means more to you than the few extra pennies that you're saving.
Right. I mean, gambling should be fun. Yeah. So, and if it costs a little bit more to have more fun betting another way, go ahead. But just a little bit. Still stay away from those sucker bets and things like that.
You heard it here first.
You can only go so far. Moderation in everything.
Are there any good crap apps to play or practice on?
I like the one on my website, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
go to Wizard of Odds and just the list of the whole games you can play.
It's everything.
I think that my own craps game, not that I made it, but is really good.
But it's still, yeah.
No, there's not an app for it.
Really? There's no app for that? I thought there was
well,
an app
hopefully
for
you could
everything.
actually play it anyway on a
like
mobile
gamble,
phone.
Kind of.
Right, but no. I can't recommend any particular craps apps because I don't have any.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
If you guys are out there and you're watching and you know a fantastic craps app on your phone, go ahead and put it in the comments section and let us all know, so that way we can use it too and enjoy it too.
Okay, someone asks, would you prefer to be a pro card counter or pro poker player?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good one. I think I would go with the poker player. because at least you can like be proud of your skill. No casino is going to throw you out for being a good poker player. It only gives you more publicity.
That's a good point.
Where being a good blackjack player, you have to keep it a secret.
Yep.
So, and it's also, I think poker is just a more interesting game. Blackjack is extremely mathematical, and of course I like math, but poker I find to be more of a challenging, interesting game, to be honest with you. Not that I'm very good at it, but yeah, that's my answer.
Cool.
Let's see what else we got. So I think we're almost out of time, right?
Yeah. Yep, we got a few minutes left. So, and we've answered pretty much everything in the comments. So it looks like we are doing good. Do you want to say anything else before? Do you have any other updates or announcements or anything you want to tell them?
Well, as I mentioned before, the Wizard of Vegas Spring Fling is this weekend. I look forward to meeting everyone who's coming to that. And I can't really think of anything else to promote. I feel...
Where can they find you?
I'm not going to disclose where we're going to meet.
No. I didn't mean that. No. I mean, like, where can they find you on Facebook? Where can they find you on Twitter? Yeah, they're already on YouTube, so I think you're good on YouTube.
Yeah. So yeah, well, of course, my main website is wizardofodds.com. My Vegas site is wizardofvegas.com, and my in the footer of both Wizard sites, you can find links to my Facebook page, and I try to post on there every weekday. And and of course, you found my YouTube channel, the Odds Must Be Crazy. So yeah, that's I would like to say that the new version of my book, Gambling 102, hopefully will be out this summer. It's completely rewritten. I think it'll be much better than the first edition. So there was a little announcement there.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And you guys have been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for joining me and Mike, and hopefully we'll be doing this again sometime soon. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. Heather, thank you so much for all the technical stuff. No problem.
That was a lot of work. I'm really impressed with your technical ability, and
Well,
all I had to do was show up.
Hopefully next time everything will work. So thank you. And hopefully we'll see all of you guys again soon. And yay, thanks.
Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye, see ya.